Hey guys, welcome to Getting Over It. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode.
You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or watch us on YouTube. Hello, and welcome back to Getting Over It.
Hi guys.
So I'm Ellie.
I'm Lucy.
And today we are talking all about our insecurities.
The big I word, like insecurities. It's like,
yeah, and
it's
coming
a
from a
scary
girl,
subject.
It's very insecure.
I know.
It's gonna be
a long list.
But yeah, we're just gonna cover everything, aren't we? Our own insecurities like with being a woman and the things that we face, and we're just gonna go through it all.
I feel like a lot of our comments, well, I can speak for me, but I'm assuming we get similar, like,
okay.
I don't know, like I get a lot of girls commenting like, oh, you're so pretty, I wish I was that pretty, or or it's like, oh, like I'll never look good in that dress, and I get girls being like, oh, like I love how confident you are, but I could never, and you must get it with your solo holidays as well, like I couldn't.
Yeah, I do get that.
So I just felt like it was a really good one to talk about because we all have insecurities, and I think sometimes people look at celebrities or like our followers look at us.
A-list celebs like us.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm not putting celebrity category.
When we're on them red carpets.
And they might think like, oh, they're just so confident they don't have them. And it's like, I would just want to like be relatable and be like, look, we all have them. Let's all talk about it together.
Yeah.
Let's all feel normal together. And like, yeah, we can maybe talk about how to overcome them as well. And you just know that you're not alone in this episode, really. And then also, yeah, like talking about like insecurities that come from being a woman as well, which I could talk about forever, but we'll get onto that later.
Yeah.
So let's just start with like, name me a few of your insecurities. Let's talk about them.
Well, let me just get out my list.
Roll out.
I have quite a lot of physical insecurity.
Yeah, I was going to say, because
lie.
I feel like there's a difference between physical insecurities and then non-physical. Yeah. So let's just go physical first.
Yeah, so physical, I feel like, I don't know, growing up, so when I was younger and when I was at school and stuff, the biggest one for me, which has changed now, was my body image, my weight. Yeah. Like right now, in my life now, which I'm so happy about, I couldn't care less about my weight. Like I used to weigh myself and be like, oh my gosh, well, I'm gaining this much weight, and as your body's changed, as you grow up and you start going through puberty and stuff. Yeah. Like my body was changing. I had these big hips, and I was like, this was before big hips were cool, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm so fat. Like that's how I honestly felt, and that was like so wrong. And I used to go to school and like take like 3 crackers for my dinner. Yeah. I was so bad. So I'd say that was a big insecurity for me growing up, but I have grown out of that now.
I'm the opposite with that one.
Are you?
Growing up, I didn't care about what I looked like, my weight we're talking about. Like I didn't care about my weight at all. I mean, I was a really, really sporty, athletic kid, so maybe I just never needed to care. I don't know. But I just never ever once thought about it. I swear it was like the happiest times. And then since I've got older, I tell you what it was because first year uni as well, I think that's the biggest I've been, first year uni, and that first summer after uni, like just binge drinking and this and that. I still didn't even care. Got into second year uni, and me and my friends that year, we just got obsessed about what we looked like. And because I'd put weight on first year uni, I had it in my head I needed to lose so much weight. And I was in the gym every day. I was literally starving myself all day every day, just eating chicken and salad
scary.
For like, tea.
Yeah.
And that was that. I mean, I did lose like the weight I needed to lose, but unhealthly, really.
I don't think you needed to lose that
well,
weight.
no, yeah. But then our second girl uni house, and if you're in uni now and going through this, like, we all got addicted with losing weight and like what we looked like, and since then I honestly, and I never talk about this. I never talk about what I did, what I eat in a day. Back in the 2020 TikTok where everyone started doing that. I did it once and everyone like came at me, and I was like, I'm never posting about what I'm eating in a day again, because I'm happy with what I eat. I'm not someone that like diets, and I eat what I want, and I like if I have a day where I'm like binge eating, the next day I'll just make sure I eat healthily, and like I don't really have a set diet, but I definitely have body dysmorphia.
Oh,
1000%.
You are.
No, I do.
What do you think your body, like, how do you see yourself?
It's so bad, like, because I think as well what didn't help, I lost so much weight after the breakup by accident. Yeah. Because you do after a breakup.
Heartbreak
not
diet,
eating. And I got to a size 6 last year, and now obviously now I'm eating healthy and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so I've naturally put weight on. Like I went from not eating to, and I'm just like, oh, but last year I looked like this in this, and this doesn't fit me anymore. I don't think there's a day that goes by where I don't look in the mirror and like hate a part of like my weight.
So sad.
Which is so sad. I never say this out loud, and as well, because I'm like it doesn't get me down to the point where it's ruining my day as well, so I don't think it's a problem. But then when I am around, like, my friends and family picking up on it a lot, and like I always say, oh, I look fat in this, and oh no, I'm fat, I can't do that, oh, I'm fat, and I always use the word fat, and people that are bigger than me can get annoyed at me for saying that, and I'm like, I'm not, and I get it, because it's like I'm not, but I'm not saying it in the intention of like, oh, I'm not even thinking about anyone else when I say it. I'm just looking at a specific part of my body being like, oh, I'm fat, like, oh, and that doesn't fit me, and like, oh, like, and like, so I really do struggle with that. Not to the point where it ruins my day, and I like will still put clothes on, and I'll like my outfit, and I like what I'm wearing, but it's always in the back of my head, like, about my weight. Always.
I think it's hard because, like, obviously girls will look at you and think she's like perfect. Like I would look at your body and think a body's perfect. But I would. So I think that's the thing. Like so people who are, you know, maybe like you say bigger than you would be like, oh well, how can she think that? But then on the other side of that, I totally get it, because when I was at school and when I was kind of growing up and at college, I was skinny but I still thought I was fat. Like it's just. I think as girls,
I honestly don't think social media helps.
No, we are indoctrinated to think that we are fat. Like, because you know, when I look back at when we were younger, and it's not so much now. It's not quite the same, but we've still got negative things that we see on social media and stuff. But you would pick up like a magazine, and it would say, this is the diet you need to do to lose weight.
Yeah.
This is, and it'll show you a picture of a celebrity and like their before and after.
Yeah.
This person does this diet, and you look.
Oh, like God forbid a celebrity is just like letting loose on holiday, and they get a bad angle of it, and they're like, oh, put on loads of weight.
Yeah. And like, there used to be like. I used to love magazines, like, and there'd be a page where it would have celebrities and pictures of them that had been caught off guard, and it would like just rip them apart, like and I remember I used to love that page.
Yeah,
I used to read it and be like, oh my God. And that is so toxic. So I think we've grown up in that culture, and it makes you look at your own body and think, oh my God, look at all this stuff that's wrong with me.
I know.
When really there's nothing wrong. And even if, like, this is the stage I'm at now with my body, I just don't, as long as I'm healthy, if I gained another 2 stone, I would think, as long as I'm healthy, like, that for me, it's just about, as long as you're healthy, like, what? Yeah. Why would anyone have a problem?
And I know that deep down, which is why I think I can, like, live with the daily, like, this and that. Because I know deep down at the end of the day, like, people love me for me. Yeah. And, like, it's not, because as well, like, someone said to me, like, is the weight thing, like, insecurity you have because of what you think other people are looking at you? It's not. It's all about what I think of
me. Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't care less if, like, if I was like, I don't know, at a pool party and, I don't know, a guy was like, oh, chunky thighs or whatever. I don't know. If someone said that wouldn't bother me. It's more like when I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, no, I don't like.
But what is that thought process? Like, what are you saying to yourself in that moment? Like, what?
I'm just like, ew.
Really? It's really sad though.
So like, bad. I know, and I'm saying it laughing, and I know it's serious, but that's just my way of telling the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to know like a reason. I think my mum's never always said like, oh, she's bigger and this and that. So I don't know whether it's just been like been brought up in me. But then no, because like my nana, who like was my best friend in the whole world, she was like a big Italian woman, and she loved it, and I loved it, and like, so I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I always say social media isn't bad. Like, just delete them if you don't want to. But then I think maybe that is a part of my reason, because you're just constantly seeing really good looking, like with But then you do have to remember it's all like fake. And like, don't get me wrong, like when I get in a zone of like, ooh, I then will like tell myself, and I can like get myself out of it of being like, well, no, like, that person's probably got fake this, or like, do you know what I mean? I like freaking love food. I'm never going to stop eating food to stop feeling bad. And like, it's ups and downs, innit? Because then some days I'll wake up and be like, I'm skinny.
I am the most beautiful girl in the world.
So yeah, but yeah, I just wanted, like, I don't know if I'm even gonna get hate for saying this, but obviously we're talking about our own insecurities, so it's just
but you're completely entitled to your insecurity.
I wish I knew the deep rooted cause of this, because like I said, growing up, I never cared about my weight once. Like, it was never a thing.
Do you think it's like a control thing? Like, it's like controlling your weight, or
I really don't know what it is. It's just a thing that I always point out and look at, and I don't know whether it's because like in this industry as well, like part of my job is like looking good in clothes, and you want to look good in the clothes, and maybe a part of it is like because I'm single and I want to impress. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's a mixture of loads of different things.
I think you go into like events and stuff though as well, like especially for us, like we go to events and everyone looks like really good,
and maybe I know as well, just like even like we said, like from films and stuff. Remember back in the day where they what's her name off Sex and the City, Samantha Jones, and they were like fat shaming her. She was never fat.
It's really sad.
And then I don't know, and like just the way that things get, and like My Mad Fat Diary, great show, but the whole show was about her being ugly and fat, and it's like, do you know what I mean? So like watching that, I don't know whether I've actually just been like brainwashed to be like pretty bias and pretty culture, and you've got to look at, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We underestimate like the society that we're in and the impact that it has, like, because we are constantly consuming content, especially back maybe 3-4 years ago when Instagram was the main like social media. Now it's TikTok. You kind of got like your normal
100%.
normal just people coming through, but on Instagram, you know, it was the prettier you are, the more followers you have, the skinnier you are, the more followers the better your boobs are, the more followers you've got, you know. So you're constantly on that explore page. My God, like everyone's just perfect. And some girls do look like that, but most of it, you've photoshopped it a bit. And we have to remember that, but it's hard.
It's weird that that's the thing that bugs me, but then like the things that people actually comment on. So like growing up, I mean, I'll say it, like I went to high school first day with a monobrow. Like I had really thick monobrow eyebrows, and I wonder I like got the nickname monobrow for like the whole of high school. And that's fine. I can do. And then I remember I just got them waxed, and it was fine. I started getting my eyebrows waxed, and then like even from comments on this podcast, like my hairy arms and
from
like,
men, obviously,
and like I don't know, like see all of that stuff that doesn't bother me. Like I don't know why that I'm just like I have hairy arms. Yeah, I've got hair. What do you want? I'm part Italian. What do you want from me? Like like if you don't like hair, get lost. Like see, none of that bothers me.
That's good.
And like my eyebrows, it doesn't bother me. When people comment on my makeup not being the best, I'm like, I'm not the best at makeup. It doesn't bother me. So like the things that people actually notice about me, I don't care about. So it's just weird how everyone is just so different.
I guess it's more about it's how you see yourself, isn't it? That's the important thing like you.
My boobs are definitely like not an insecurity, but I want to change them. Like I do want to get a boob job.
Yeah. Do you think we can just change so much about ourselves now, can't we? That it's like almost so easy that it kind of encourages you to look at yourself and go, oh well, maybe I could get this done because maybe they're not perfect, or you know, you look and you think, oh, what can I
because
change?
Like the people we're looking at, I've had loads of work done, and you think, oh, I'll never be as pretty as them, and then you think, well, I could be if I get that and that done. So it is this whole culture of like, I do think social media is getting better though with it, like there's a long way to go, but it's getting better with the inclusivity.
Yeah, but it's almost like for us, like our generation, it's like that damage has been done. Yeah. And I think because, especially just going back to your weight for 1 second, but when we were growing up, obviously it was all about being skinny. Like it was the thigh gap. Being skinny, like the skinnier you were, the prettier you were. Like that was what was drilled into us, which is why I think I struggled when I had these big thighs and hips, because I was like, oh well, that's not what someone's posting on MySpace or Bebo, or you know what I mean. So that was what kind of I think that's messed us up in our heads about body image. So I think that's got a lot. I've just
you know, I was like, oh, I don't know what's triggered it. You've just made me think like things I do think about, and it's again because of me. I like looking at So the Kardashians have done a good thing in terms of like Kim K, because they kind of introduced the thicker body.
In a way.
In a way, but obviously then obviously not in a way.
Yeah.
Because they've set in loads of beauty standards. But so now I'm like, oh, I need like a bum. I need the bum. So now when I look in the mirror and I think, my bum's flat. I get annoyed at myself that I know I could be in the gym getting that bum, but I'm choosing not to be. I'm choosing to sit at home ordering a Deliveroo.
Yeah, but...
So that's the thing that gets in my head. It's like, you're your own worst enemy. You could be in the gym doing this. So I think as well, like we said, what's triggering it, I think I actually blame myself and get in my own head of like, but you could be looking like that if you did the XYZ.
But I don't know.
It's toxic.
No,
it
is. But I totally hear you because I feel like I've done a lot of growing recently, like in terms of body image. Like, so I just look now and I think I'd rather eat the takeaway.
No, same. And I would, I do.
And I just think trying to, I uploaded a picture on Instagram when I was in Mexico from like behind in my bikini, and I had cellulite all over my bum and the backs of my legs. And I would have edited that. Like a year ago, I would have edited that and posted it.
Would you?
Like I would have taken.
I've never edited things like that.
No, I would have done definitely, but I don't really ever post bikini pictures. But that was probably the first one I've posted since being bigger on social media. So that kind of made me like, I thought I have got like a responsibility here to not edit myself because otherwise then people are going to look at that and go, oh well, she's got a big bum, but look, it's got no cellulite. And it does have cellulite. Like, that's just normal body. Yeah. And I'm just kind of over trying to achieve that perfect body because this is my body and this is getting me through life.
Yeah.
And I love my body because my body loves me back. And that's I really feel protective of my body.
That's a really good mindset.
I really do because I think it's keeping me alive.
Yeah.
It's keeping me alive. And that's all. And I eat healthy. Well, I like a McDonald's, but I just eat healthy. And if that means I gain a bit of weight, then gain a bit of weight.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like I say, I'm not one of these people that like, I don't weigh out my food. I don't like not eat something if I don't want it. Like, I am healthy with what I eat. And like, do you know what I mean? I have these, and then I think that's why I have the insecurity and get annoyed at myself because I know I'm not right, if you're that bothered about it, then do something about it. But then I'm like eating the pizza. So I'm like, oh, you like, but then tomorrow you're going to cry and say you're fat, but it's like, oh, it is what it is. So I always see those memes where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go on a diet. And then, like, 5 minutes later, like, oh, like, the takeaway. Like, I think it's just like you say, society's kind of set that for us that it's always going to be maybe a battle or.
Yeah, it's hard. And I'm talking about it now, like, oh yeah, and I've just decided this. And I know it's not that easy for some people. So I'm not saying it, like for you, like I'm not saying you could just say, well, I love my body and I'm just not going to think badly of it anymore. But that's just me. That's how I've shifted. And I think it's like quite a cool thing to talk about. No,
it is. No, definitely.
But, well, speaking of doing things to your body, I have recently had botox.
Yes, tell me about this. I saw this on your TikTok, and I'm someone that's wanting to do the whole aging premature Botox thing. I don't want to do it to how most people do Botox. I want to do it for the lines. Yeah, like premature.
So that's what I was wanting to do it for. It's kind of hard because like I'm such a hypocrite because I'm like, don't change yourself, love yourself. And then I'm put the needle in my forehead.
I'm all for if you genuinely have a insecurity that you want to change, do it. But I have a rule.
Okay.
I have a 5-year rule. And I apply this to everything.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you want something because it's a trend.
Yeah. And that's true.
So and I've done this all my life. When I wanted a belly button piercing when I was 14, I was like, 5-year rule. After 5 years, I was like, that's the chavviest thing ever. No, not for me. I did it about a tattoo. Yeah. And I made myself wait 5 years. And then 5 years later, the thought of the tattoo that I wanted to get at the time, I was like, ew. Chavvy Gross. Again. I was very chavvy back in the day. So I was like, no. And then again, like with my boobs, like when I was 16, I was like, I want to get a boob job. 5-year rule. I mean, it's over the 5-year rule now. I'm just trying to save for one. But it's like, but now I was like, yeah, no, I still want one. So I think that's the rule I apply in my life. Like if you want to change something about your body, give yourself like a few years. Because is it just because you think, oh, BBL's in at the minute?
Yeah,
or do you actually want a BBL?
True, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's so
give
true.
yourself time to really reflect on the decision. But carry on.
No, so for me, it was like, it is that whole thing of, I've kind of seen it. So I've been influenced in a way because I've seen influencers going and getting like baby Botox to just slow down the aging process. Yeah. And I turned 27 a couple of weeks ago. And I kind of been thinking for a while, like last summer, I mean, my mum is quite an advocate for, you know, getting a bit of stuff done.
Yeah.
Hope she doesn't hate me for saying this. And she kind of said to me, like, I was in the garden, I think in the sun, and I was like moving my face, and she was like, oh, you need Botox. And I was like, rude.
Yeah.
But I kind of got what she meant in a way, because it's like the way my face was moving and like my frown lines and stuff, they're quite deep.
It looks quite good actually.
Well,
like when you just did that, then I was like, oh.
Thing is, I had it done a week ago, so it takes 2 weeks to settle in. And then once it's settled in, you have to have another top up in that bit, so it won't full. It's not.
Did
fully,
it hurt? Because that's my thing of do I or do I not do it?
It did, but not as much as you'd think.
Yeah.
It didn't like.
I don't think I could do it anywhere else in my face because I feel like I could take pain here. Don't think I could take pain anywhere else in my face.
No, because I always used to want like lip filler, but not to have like bigger lips, but because my lips are a little bit wonky. Like that was like quite an insecurity for me. So I wanted to like balance them out. But then I got a mole removed, and it's grown back. But that's besides the point. And that was a few months ago, and she like gave me anesthetic in my lip. And oh my God, it was so painful. Like your lips are so painful. So I would just never ever do it now.
No, but I definitely want to do the premature aging thing because in my family we have lines.
Yeah, now I've
just
done
want to
it.
slow it down a little bit.
Now I've done it. I'm glad I've done it. But I was very clear on my TikTok, like, you don't need it doing.
I did see that TikTok.
I don't need it doing. Nobody needs Botox. But it can be a choice, and it's not.
I'm all for like pro-choice on doing things. Yeah. I hate it when people get slated for choosing to do something for themselves. Like, I'm just a big advocate in like, do what makes you feel good. My only thing is don't do it for the wrong reasons.
No,
and that's why I like you were saying like no one needs it, and that's why I say I have this 5-year rule, like just to know that you're not doing it because it's a trend.
Yeah, unless you talk to my mum, then she'll say you need it.
But I mean it's just one of them, isn't it? Like. But I'm all for pro-choice.
I think it's about being
educated, and reading up on it,
and as well being honest. Like in the positions we're in, where we've got a level of influence, it's just if you're gonna get the one thing I hate is like when the Kardashians like maybe allegedly have said I've not had this done, and maybe allegedly they have had it done. Like those kind of things.
Like I just be honest and say
just
I have
be
had
honest
this done.
about what you've had done, because otherwise you're setting an unrealistic beauty standard that girls and young girls especially are going to look at and think, oh God, well then why can't I do that? Why don't I look like that? And it's like, just be honest.
Yeah,
like
be honest
if anything I ever have done, I will just be honest about it, because I think I'd just rather be like that. But yeah, my other big insecurity was my moles here.
Yeah, mole. So I've got a big one here, and I went and got it checked out for cancer because it's a bit of an odd looking one. And but no, because someone quite a few people in my family have had them removed, and then like a few people have said to me, oh, would you get it removed? Because it's like it's not ugly, but it's not like, I don't know, it's just a mole.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, it doesn't bother me. Yeah. But everyone's different.
No, I mean, for me, it's because it's so close to my mouth.
Yeah.
And because I've got my vitiligo around here and around here, it's colourless. So there's no colour in that bit of my face. So then I feel like it looks like a wart on my mouth. And I'm like, you're going to want to kiss me. But really, like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, no, but if that's an insecurity,
but it's an insecurity for me. And as much as we're saying, don't be insecure, but sometimes you are a bit insecure, and it is okay to kind of get those things fixed.
Being insecure can like humble you a little bit as well. I know if you were never insecure about anything, you'd just be like.
When this healed and grew back, I was like, damn it. Oops. This is here to humble me once again.
Yeah.
But
it's a weird one, the physical insecurity. Like apart from my weight, I don't really. When I got bald patch last year, I really got insecure about that. I was like, oh, people are going to look at me from the back and think like, oh, she's got a bald patch. That worried me. But I just feel like with physical stuff, you can pretty much, if it's really bugging you, you can kind of sort it out.
Yeah.
But also as well, like obviously I've had blood clots before. So like my left arm is bigger than my right arm. So I don't know, I always tend to find myself, but I think it's because I prefer the right side of my face as well. I always seem to be this side in photos because I'm just like, well, this arm's a bit bigger.
Never ever noticed that.
Yeah.
You just notice things
you notice things on yourself, and then
other
like
people would
because of my scoliosis, like I always have like wonky shoulders.
I didn't even know you had
and then like one hip sticks out more than the other. So like they're things I notice, but for someone to just look at, I don't think they would notice. But then again, I'm a big believer in like they make me.
Yeah,
and they make me mean.
It's very true. Like, yeah, I have.
We all look different for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is like I don't know, like my body image is so much better, but in terms of, you know, I had my teeth fixed as well. I got my teeth fixed, so actually, yeah, I had that done as well.
Yeah, see, I've got overlapping front tooth, and sometimes I'm like, oh, do I do it, fix it? But then I'm just like, nah, I can't bother.
Yeah, like, because
I'm not that bothered.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I just hated my smile. Like, I liked it, and then I liked it for years and years, and never really. And then I think maybe it was when I started posting reels on Instagram. Because men on Instagram are like so mean, and people, they was always saying about my teeth, because like I had like fangs, and then like these were shorter, so I was a bit like Bugs Bunny front teeth, and I was so insecure, so I got them fixed, and but again I was really honest about it, so that was
like when people get braces because their teeth aren't straight or this.
It's true.
I'm all for, like, if you're genuinely like, and that's what I mean. It's all personal choice. It's all like what you want to do. If you're really insecure about something and you want to fix it. If you're not that bothered about it, don't be that bothered about it. As long as you like you for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
I'm all about everyone just doing what makes them feel happy at the end of the day. And I don't think anyone should judge anyone for getting anything done either. That really winds me up.
Yeah, when you do like see people getting hate for
having work done. It's like, if that person wanted the work done, let them do it.
But I just think it is crazy how many different insecurities we all have.
Yeah.
And
our listeners can be listening thinking like, do you know what I mean? That you'll have thousands of different insecurities to what we have. But yeah, we just thought it'd be good to open up and start the conversation. Yeah. So we've talked about physical. What about non-physical?
Well, the thing is, we've looked at this before, haven't we? Like, we've spoken about this before, so I don't want to go too far into it. But like, I think for both of us, a massive thing is kind of our, not popularity, but people liking us.
Yeah, like I mentioned in our friendships episode, if you want to go listen to that one of my biggest insecurities was like friendships and like if girls liking you, and like, yeah, that is a big one.
Yeah.
It's like it's annoying that you want to be liked. But I think that's just human nature. We just all want to be liked. So then we get a bit insecure if we think people don't like us.
Yeah, that's the thing. And as well, like, I'm such a people pleaser. Are you a people pleaser?
I'm a people pleaser massively.
Yeah.
I've really learned in the last few years to, like, say the word no and, like, try and set the boundaries of, like, not. But, yeah, when it comes to people I really care about, I'm such a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I'll put people before me, like, anytime.
Yeah, and I'm such, I just want that pat on the head or pat on the back, like, oh, you're so good at this, or you're so nice, or you're so funny. Like, that's the biggest compliment someone can give me. And
I know I get insecure if people don't think I'm a nice person.
Yeah,
because literally, and it's like, it sounds really big headed, but like, I know I'm a nice person. So when I hear that someone said I'm not a nice person, it really does affect me. That affects me way more than anything physical.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, someone's going around saying I'm not a nice person. I'm like, I am though. And I like want to set the record straight and I want to like sort it out. Because I'm literally like, no, I am though. Like, what bad experience have you had with me? Like let's deal with this. Like, it really gets me upset. Like, and if any of my close friends or family ever fell out with me, that's when I get really insecure and really in my own head. And I'm like, what have I done wrong? And I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be a bad person. Like, that really affects me more than anything, I would say.
Yeah, no, I think I really do relate on that point. Like, yeah, the nicest thing anyone could ever say about me is she's so nice. And if anyone ever like at work and stuff where they're, you know, like I'd maybe hear someone had said, you know, she's like stuck up, or I'd be like, you what? Like, I would just be outraged.
I always get like, she's really loud and opinionated and this and that, but then I am really loud.
But that doesn't mean you're not nice.
That slip. Yeah, that's true.
So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, to be fair, I can't change I probably could be quieter, but I'm not going to be.
Do you think, like, I mean, I think in the past I've been like this, but I'm not anymore now. I couldn't care less. But do you kind of have to be, you know, in terms of like your intelligence or getting things right or knowing the answer to things, or do you have any insecurities there in terms of if someone said, say if you were doing a job, you were like at work and someone said, oh, Lucy's really bad at a job. Like, would that bother you? Like, your competence in things like that?
Yeah, that would bother me. But I pride myself on being a competent person.
Yeah.
In terms of like in the workplace having common sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to ask questions. I remember when I first started like my like first real job out of uni, and I like remember like ringing my sisters like, well, I don't dare ask the question. I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want to look like. But the only way you're gonna learn is, so I feel like, yeah, like that doesn't bother me. But then, yeah, if I was good at it and someone said I was bad at it, I won't be insecure about that. I'd just be like, bitch, I know I'm good. Like, I know I'm good at this job. But yeah, like looking stupid in a room, I don't care if I look stupid in front of my friends, in front of my family. That doesn't bother me because I like. But yeah, if in a serious like business world, and this leads on to like one of my biggest insecurities is like having belief in myself in that business world. Because since I've done this job, I've wanted to set up my own thing for a long time, like my own business. Like it's like I have an idea. I'm like, and I just
want to
do it because I'm like, I don't know enough about it. I'll fail. People will think I'm stupid. It'll like, I don't know where to start. Like, I don't want to be in a room and look like the stupid one. What if I start it and no one buys it? And I am so insecure about that I'm not doing it. And it kind of stems from, maybe just like, well, maybe it comes from what people are going to think and failing. I'm really scared of failing. So scared of failing. Like, but then that's stopping me actually doing the things. And I am the biggest preacher of like, you're supposed to fail. Your failures make you better.
It's so true.
So, and like, even just like, I really want to get back into dance.
Okay.
I used to dance all my life and I'm too scared to do it because like, I know I'm going to be so bad compared to what I was from like 5 years ago. I'm just too scared to do it. But then it's like, that actually gives me so much happiness and joy. Why am I not doing it? And it's like, I shouldn't let the fear of being scared.
What is it? Cinderella's story where she's like, don't let the fear of striking out stop you from playing the game. That should be like the title of this episode.
Yeah, literally. So I feel like that, I'm so insecure. That is my biggest thing of like, because I don't know, scare of failure, scare of what people will say, like, it stops me doing a lot.
I think that's really common though.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we live in a world where most people just like go to work or
it's the easier option.
Yeah, but than trying to do a business venture or trying to do social media, because it's because you must have, you've got some guts to have put yourself out on social media.
I know, and so many people like, you're so comfortable, blah, and it's like, I think it's because when I started with social media, I didn't care about social media. I didn't care whether I was successful in it or not.
Yeah.
But like acting, I've always wanted to do acting. I actually started the process of like getting an agent and this and that just before COVID. Then that all happened, and now I'm like, do it again, like. But because I really want it, and because I want, like, imagine if someone told me I'm bad at social media, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But if someone told me I was bad at acting, I'd actually go home and cry about it. So I don't know whether it's because I care a lot more but yeah, I need to actually get in the place of being like, fuck it. Like,
yeah, you kind of do, because I don't know.
Get one
because then don't you find? Because I'd say I'm quite similar to you. Like I kind of want to do different ventures, and
because you're good at singing.
And then I know. No, I always like hold back, and I always think like I'll look back now though. I sit now, and I think, oh my god, I could have. You know how songs trend on TikTok?
Yeah.
And I've got all of these followers, they're interested in relationships and stuff, and I'm like, if I just wrote a really good breakup song or a really good song to do with relationships and recorded it.
I saw your TikTok and I literally texted you being like, write this song.
Yeah, and that song I think about, I was singing it in the car on my way home from the train station last night, and I was like, this is a good song, but then I'll probably never do anything with it.
No, you need
because I'm scared.
We need to promise each other.
Yeah, we'll both do our thing.
Being in Miami has opened my eyes a lot because everyone over there seems really motivated, and it has made me think. No, like this summer, I'm starting dance classes again, and I'm starting acting classes again. Like, good, you just have to do it. So if I do that, you have to do something with this song.
Yeah,
even if you just like keep posting it on TikTok or.
I know. Well, I really want to like record it and
believing in ourselves.
Yeah, get it trending. But I don't know about you, but I have like 1,000,001 ideas.
Same.
And then I don't put them into practice.
I feel like so many people relate to us on that though.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it is just the thinking I'm going to fail at it and then being like, oh, Like, okay. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
But we have got to stop that, because you'll only regret the things you didn't do, right?
No, exactly. And it's so weird, because then people are always like to me, you will literally go up to someone in a bar that you don't even know, start a full-blown conversation with them. You'll go to these events on your own, and they're like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to things that I really want...
Sorry, I
don't do them. So I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah, it's just crazy what things give us insecurities, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is crazy. I wanted to just touch briefly on, although this could be a whole other subject in itself, but just like insecurities from being a woman.
Twist.
Because I know I mentioned earlier about how I'm really loud and I like speak my opinion and this and that. I feel like I'm not that insecure about it, but I've had girls before being like, I'm insecure about the fact that I have an opinion, because as a woman you kind of sometimes get told you shouldn't have that opinion, or you get told you're aggressive.
Yeah.
I've been told I'm aggressive before, and it's like, I'm actually not being aggressive. I'm just either speaking passionately, or I have an opinion on it.
But the thing is, if a man went out and behaved the way you do and was confident and was assertive and knew what he wanted, and was loud, then he would be praised for it.
I do think women get a bad name for that, and I just think, why is it wrong to be loud and have an opinion?
It's just... It's not wrong.
Do you know what I mean?
I think we're shifted in the right direction.
Yeah, we totally are with women. We are going in the right direction completely. But I've been kicked out of places before for that reason of having an opinion and saying what I think. Like, there was one time in Dubai, and this girl was just being so rude to the waiter, so rude, and I just couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was like, she was on the table that I was on, and the way she was speaking to him, bearing in mind he'd just been looking after us all day, so nicely. I just said, I think he deserves an apology. I couldn't help myself. I just went, I think he deserves an apology. You're just speaking to him so badly. She flipped. She literally was like, she went over to the guy that she'd been getting with that day. This girl's been so rude to me, mouthing off, shouting, blah, blah, blah. And then this man came up to him and was like, who the F do you think you are to have an opinion on this table? It's a boys' table. Boys have been buying you drinks all day. You're not supposed to have an opinion. I literally was like, I remember just being speechless, and then I was like, I'm not having this. The Yorkshire girl in me was like, I'm not having it. And I was just like, I literally was just like, I can say what I want. She was being rude to the waiter. I'm allowed my opinion. He was like, get out of here. We don't want you on this table. I went, I really don't even want to be on this table now. I was like, I'll happily leave. He was like, get security. Security grabbed me. I went, I'm literally leaving on my own. You don't need to grab me. And he was like, no, get her off. Who does she think she is on this table, mouthing off? I was like, I literally wasn't even on your table. My friend is talking to a guy on your table. I've not been on this table all day. I don't need your table, mate. I hate guys that do that when they're like, my table.
I've never been.
And then, the waiter actually messaged me later. He found me through my friend that was still in, and messaged me being like, you know what, thank you for that, because we get spoken to like shit all day. And I was just like, but yeah, it was because I was a girl. This guy just thought he could be like, who are you to have an opinion on this? And I was like,
yeah, I think it's girls, we're just told to shut up, aren't we?
Yeah, it's like, no, I have a voice, and I'm going to say what I want. If you don't like it,
just because I don't have a penis,
literally, it's
what does that change?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think women-specific insecurities, I don't know, we're just kind of made to be a bit insecure, aren't we? I was saying just before this episode started.
Even guys that comment on your stuff all the time. And it's like, body count. So many girls are insecure about their body count because guys make it this thing. But then, I hate that.
Guys are celebrated if they're 100 plus on their body count. But if
then
a girl
date a girl
if a girl was over 10 people, oh my God, what a slut.
I know.
It's just
and then things that you wear as well. I know we mentioned it on another podcast, but the fact that I went viral because I was dressed like a slut.
Oh my God.
And it's like.
But do you know what? The thing is, when guys say stuff like that, I'm just like, and I'm going to be mean here, but I look at the guys that I not look at them, but I look at guys commenting and I think, well, you're insecure, Jason. You probably still live at your mum's and he's in your childhood bedroom. You just feel crap about yourself because obviously you're not happy with whatever is going on. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's but when a girl, I remember looking at your video when you had all of your like nice outfit on, but it was very revealing, but you looked good. And there was girls like, what a slut. And I just thought, you horrible bitches. Like,
I do think people project their insecurities onto other people though.
It's just horrible though. Like, I think for any... when a guy does it, I think whatever, like I just let it go over my head. But when a girl gives another girl hate and that girl has not done anything wrong and it's purely because of the way she's dressed, I think it's disgusting. Like, I think it is horrible behavior. And I think it's just horrible. Like, I feel really strongly about it.
Well, that's what sets the culture of being insecure. These, like, because obviously we were saying back in the day it's the magazines and this and that. Now I think it's just the trolling culture is setting. I would hate to be a 15-year-old on TikTok now, like, just starting out. Like, I feel like they think they've got to look perfect and proper all the time. And it's like, you really don't, because they're scared that someone's going to, like, say a fucking eyelash is out of place.
Yeah.
Because people do think they can comment on your appearance. Yeah. So I was getting ready on live to come here and everyone was like, your makeup looks rubbish. I was like, it looks perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
I know. You just have to like know and realise like you've just... And like me with the weight thing, like I say, it doesn't bother me what anyone else says, it's within. And I think like you've just got to work on yourself within. And always, once you're happy with something, it doesn't matter what anyone says. But it's a long, hard process to be fully happy with yourself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But we've just got to remember and be there for each other. And like you say, like girls support girls. Like,
that's the thing.
Each other down.
As girls, we've all gone through this magazine, social media, all this culture of like diet fads and everything and all this body image and the way that you look and being perfect and boob jobs and botox and all this stuff that's in the mix that makes us so insecure. So like the most that we can do, like, or the least that we can do is just support each other.
Yeah.
You know, like just be nice to each other and support each other. Whatever that girl on your For You page wants to wear, say, you look really nice. And if you don't think she looks really nice,
just keep scrolling.
Just scroll.
Why do you feel the need to comment?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get.
It boils my blood. Like,
yeah. And if you do see a girl that looks good, say, oh my God, you look banging. Yeah. I'm such an advocate. Like, whenever I'm on my For You page and I have no idea who this person is, but I'm just like, oh my God, you look so good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, you look so good. We've got to hype each other up.
Absolutely. Like,
some of you guys have written in your insecurities.
Yeah.
So we're going to read a couple out and then we'll just talk about it. Someone has said, as a mum, my insecurities are about my mum bod. And I always compare it to other mums, my previous body, and of course, celebrity mum bods. Also, am I good enough? Am I doing enough? Is my baby doing enough? Being a woman is so hard as we're constantly criticising ourselves, even when we're doing an amazing job. We should hype ourselves up. It's so weird that I've just read this after this conversation. Yeah. It's like everything we've just said. I mean, firstly, about the mum board, I feel like we can't really relate to that, but I am a big advocate of like, don't rush yourself into...
No.
But then I have never done that, so I can't.
No, but you've carried a baby. Yeah. Like, I think it's, like, really underestimated. Like, you have carried
But again,
I
think that comes from the pressure of...
Yeah, and...
So-and-so bounced back from baby board.
Yeah.
So-and-so, like, hasn't lost her baby weight.
What she said about, like, celebrity mums and how they get back into shape after, like, 2 months. And it's like, yeah, but they probably have, like, a personal trainer that is getting them up. And they probably have, like, someone cooking meals for them and a nanny. And you can't compare yourself to that. Like, you really can't.
No, you can't. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, if you seriously look in the mirror and want to lose some of your mum bod or your weight, whatever it is, you've got to do something about it. And that's why I get angry at myself sometimes for not doing something about it, but moaning.
Yeah.
But then as well, like, you can't beat yourself up about it. And you've said it perfectly in your message about how we criticize ourselves constantly, even if we're doing an amazing job. And it was weird because I was just recently with Faith in Miami. And we were sat in the airport on the way back and we were having a deep conversation about just life and guys and this and that. And she was talking about her insecurity with guys. And I was like, honestly, my biggest insecurity at the minute is just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I've got to make this whole thing sustainable. Is there other things I should be doing? Like, I should be doing the acting. I should be doing this. And like, I was like, that's my biggest thing. And I was like, I'm just failing at work. I was like, I feel like no one's watching my TikToks. No one. And she was literally like, you literally never give yourself any credit.
Yeah.
It's like this whole holiday, I've been sleeping till like 1 p.m. You've been up at 9, editing TikToks, making sure everything's ready to go and post that day, editing Instagrams to make sure they're ready to go and post. Like, you're working without even realizing you're working. She was like, we did a full content day. We've done this, we've done that. Like, she was like, you never give yourself a pat on the back.
So, yeah.
And I feel like so many people will relate to that. We're so busy being consumed by what we're insecure about and what we're not doing good enough, that we never actually just stop and think, you know what?
I've done
years
a good
ago, me
job,
would be
yeah.
so gassed about where I am right now.
Yeah, and the fact that whoever's written in, I don't know her name, but the fact that she's had a child and she's raising a child, and like, you know, that's good enough. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't look after anyone else other than me. So
Literally.
I think without all those other things, like, she's doing fabulous.
Yeah. We've just had a few more people write in, but they're all the same. And we did obviously discuss this a lot at the beginning of the podcast. But a lot of people have just said, like, their weight insecurity, about fitting into things.
Yeah.
And then another person has put, like, they've got skin problems. So it's more like, again, like, more that, like, outer.
The physical side.
The physical. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously we've discussed a lot about, like, our weight insecurities and this and that, and obviously where it maybe stems from. But I do think it's just a case of, like, surrounding yourself with friends, women, family, peers that don't make you feel like that. Like I said, me and my uni group got into a state of it. We now like say like, right, no one's allowed to talk about their weight for like the whole day. And if you do, you've got to like do a forfeit or something, like just and be out and be present in the moment. And the minute you do feel good about yourself, give yourself a pat on the back and be like, I look good today. Like never be afraid to be like, you know what, I look freaking good today. Because that's another thing where people are, oh, she's in love with herself. If you feel yourself that day, roll with it, because trust me, tomorrow you probably won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like just that we all have insecurities, and obviously we can we're not gonna be able to relate to every person's insecurity, and I know that some people will feel really, really down sometimes about physical things, but I think a massive thing is just not like realizing that nobody cares as much as you do.
That's the thing.
Nobody cares as much as you do.
My biggest thing as well is like, I wish I could see myself through someone else's eyes. Because if you did, you'd see a whole different person. And the thing that you're looking at, like the thing that I always like say to my sisters and this, what I'm looking at in the mirror, they're like, didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Not looking at it.
And
didn't see it.
And as well, the person, and this is cheesy AF, and I'm not just saying it, but the person you are inside shines outside. Like, so you could look a certain way or not fit the beauty standard, but if you're a lovely, kind person,
and it's way more attractive.
Yeah,
way more attractive.
So important. Like, I feel like that's way more important.
Girls and guys, whether you're hanging out with girls or boys, they don't like it when people are just like, oh, I don't want to do this because I feel like this and and if you're constantly moaning and like people just don't want to be around you. I've had my friends before being like, Lucy, honestly, if you say one more thing. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm being that person. Like, just enjoy it, be in the moment. Like,
yeah, it's easy for us to say,
easier said than done.
But just try your best to. I don't know. You've got this life, you've got this body, you've got this face, and this is you, and
it's what your mama gave you.
Yeah,
you stuck with it, so enjoy it.
That is you, and I think just embracing that and loving your body back. Like I said, your body loves you. Your body keeps you alive. This is, this is your body for life. And yeah, sometimes we look at things and we think, oh God, I wish I could change that. But just love yourself back. And
love yourself back.
Just hype and
have no shame in doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been Getting Over Insecurities.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been quite fun. It's been nice to chat.
Yeah, nice.
I hope people can relate as well. But yeah, make sure you get us on Getting Over It Pod, Instagram and TikTok. And next week is the final episode of the first series.
Yes, it's so sad. I might shed it to you.
I know. We're going to be catching up with you guys and talking about all of our like current situations and what's going on, so that we can like leave you and you feel like you're up to date with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been Getting Over It.
And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.